Right, so before I just finish the picture, I want to do something else. Right now, our paints, we have kind of a beaten up old robot textures and anything else, and you can notice that my paint of the robots, which is our guy and so on, looks kind of like freshly painted. So I just want to make sure that I have kind of an old type of look on it. So I'm gonna quickly change some things on it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back inside of Photoshop and go to my textures and turn on the two layers I have. I'm gonna increase the size of this just slightly so we can see much more of it. And I'm gonna merge those layers at the moment. So this looks kind of brighter. I'll change it to soft light. And actually, okay, let's work first as normal. So this way we'll have a better idea of what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a mask, and now I'm gonna go to brush, and I'm gonna select one brush. For example, I was gonna select this one, and I'm gonna increase the size of this drastically, and now I can turn down the opacity, for example, like 45, and the flow a little bit like 60. And I'm gonna change this to black. And now when I start to paint on this, you see that I'm gonna erase some kind of areas. Just one click here and there. And okay, let's increase the flow and make sure that I'm erasing some pieces of this and putting back some others. Just make the feeling that he's getting a little bit old looking. So we're gonna do the same thing on these pieces where we have kind of a text. So here as well. Just quickly going and doing this on top of all pieces. We can lower the brush and do different variations of this. It's not that kind of a big change, but to add a lot of variation to our guy. So here, for example, we can quite almost erase the guy, like it has fainted the paint and so on. This is kind of an old piece and been painted like there for a long time. So this looks kind of much more decent. All right, let's take a look how the serial numbers, but and here we can do a little bit of more fading the front of the helmet, like it's an old piece. So I'm going to quickly move down to this area where we have this and just add a little bit more of old type of paints. Look, this is just sort of a masking, but also just painting on top of anything. So now if we take a look of our texture, actually, okay, we forgot here. Still looks like fresh painted. Let's quickly change it. So just erase as much as I can without destroying the entire text and so on. And the only piece that's left is the back. So erase all this. Just continue painting. And alright. So far we have a lot of changes done. And now, since we already done specular map, we're gonna open it. I don't want to destroy it since it works so far fine. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna go to my diffuse colors and I'm gonna copy all. I'm gonna go here and paste anything. So I'm gonna desaturate the one that is just pasted, and I quickly want to go to image, shadows and highlights, and reduce all kind of highlights, and I'll change this to multiply, and I'm gonna try different blending modes. For example, darken colors. I think this will do. It's kind of the same, just adds a little bit of highlights and specularity on it. In just some areas I have the text showing off and so on. So this is kind of okay. I'm gonna flatten this and just gonna save it and undo it so I can preview how it looks. So we haven't changed the diffuse, so I'm gonna do this as well quickly. Go to the main texture, copy it, and override the diffuse. So, alright. Our world looks a little bit better, and another thing I want to change the view to. Actually, in the render, I want to go and change my view to 45, which is a little bit proper for turning and so on. I'm gonna hide this. So I'm kind of satisfied with the texturing and how it turned out for the robots, and I'm gonna leave it like this. So in our next chapter, we're gonna go and set a freeze to the max, and we're gonna continue preparing this for rigging. And before we do that, I'm gonna make a few quick changes on the fly on it. Now also I'm gonna show you how you can make few of variations of this robot very quickly by using the same pieces.